men. So this is not a movement for them. The West 4B are for women who are born with a uterus and they want to decenter men completely. And that's okay too. It's okay for women who are AFABs, assigned female at birth, to have their own spaces. And it's also okay for trans women to have their own spaces so that they can focus on their own issues. I can't make that movement for them. I asked the trans man who was here, I said, yo, let's meet on a Zoom. Let's meet it. Let's do a powwow. Let's get off of TikTok and organize and mobilize so that trans women have the voice that they need to decenter men the way other women are doing. It's two different.
How does that work with trans women that claim to be lesbians? Because we're finding this to be an issue on a lot of these lesbian dating sites, where these trans women will go in there and they will claim to say that they're lesbians, but they're not. So there's just so much contradiction when it comes to the left-leaning movements, and this is one of them, where you guys have so many holes and there's so many loopholes where you guys can drift off from, and it's losing focus on what you guys are really saying. So it sounds like
as a lesbian, I want to take this.
Hold on, 1 minute, Sasha. But Gazer, here's the thing, and I want you to understand this. In the West 4B movement, there's no holes. The only thing we said is that we are going to stay true to what the women are doing in South Korea. No one in South Korea are asking the women to allow trans women to be a part. So we're going to do the same thing here. And I said this before to the trans man, and 1 minute, Gazer, and even to you, because you are up here advocating this hard for trans women, I would like to meet with you personally so that we can kind of get this taken care of and form a coalition for the women that you support. I want trans women to get the support, but
I don't support trans women. I support women. That's why I told you I don't even go by cis. I don't want to even take on the terminologies that a lot of the trans and the left-leaning movement takes on. I'm telling you that I'm okay with you guys saying you guys are for women, you want to separate yourself from men. I'm saying that I'm agreeing with you when it comes to practicing celibacy, because that is healthy, that is good. But what I'm saying is that if you are going to say a trans woman is a woman, then what is a woman? Because that is impossible.
But then, Gazer, if I say that trans women are not women, then you're going to say I'm transphobic. So what do you want me to say? I will say what you want me to say.
That's what I'm trying to land. That's where I'm trying to land. I'm trying to say that these words that you guys come up with are very contradiction. First we say we're women, then we have the left leaning, the woke side saying that, oh, you're not, because it also applies to this definition here. So what I'm saying is that you're leaving a loophole for any and everybody to come in under the guise that they are trans women, just to come and threat you. So the people
I know, Gazer, for our application process, it's vetted heavily. And there's a question on there that says, were you born with female sex gonads? It's a yes or a no. We're not allowing people in because they just say, oh, I'm a woman and I want to be down. That's not how it is. There's a vetting process. Women who are not born with fucking female sex gonads cannot be a part of this movement. And I'm not going to budge on that. The women in South Korea are not budging on that. Trans women have
just as long as you guys are okay with being called transphobic, I'm cool.
Ma'am, they call
me trans because they call me transphobic all day and all night because of the
I know they do it. They do it to me. They do it to Sasha. They do it all. They do it all over. What can we do, Gazer? What can we do? At least I understand, and I appreciate you saying that. But here's the thing: if I told you what was happening to me on the back end of this, and how this has become a mess with trans women, and I don't know how we got here, because again, yesterday they were kind of saying we could take your man from you. You ladies aren't even cute. You ladies don't even got your face done. We look better than you. We're going to take your men. So today, Gazer, I said, well, you can have them now. Then it's a problem? Why is this a problem? They should be, trans women should be thanking me. We're letting go of men. You don't have to steal them. There's no competition. So why is there beef? Sasha, you can go ahead. Sorry.
Initially, I thought that Gazer would have been one of those other demographics, but I hear what you're saying. Me personally, I don't mind being called transphobic because I don't think that transphobia is a thing. I don't think it exists. But in reference to the issue on dating apps with what's happening with lesbians, that is a component of rape culture. because the globally established definition of lesbian is female homosexual. So even if someone born male decides that one day that he wants to call himself a woman and he puts on a dress and he gets some surgeries, whatever have you, it doesn't make him a woman, right? And so a woman who dates a male would be heterosexual, no matter anything like that. Of course, you have like quirky straight couples who, you know, experiment and do different things with their image, but a lesbian would still not be attracted to him because he's male. He's still a male person. And they call that the cotton ceiling. Most feminists, radical feminists like me, oppose that ideology, oppose that type of, that practice or that institution or whatever have you. The 4B is not a leftist movement. I just want to clarify. It has nothing to do with leftism. It has nothing to do with any of those things. The 4B movement exists specifically to address the disparities between male and female people in society. For instance, there's a huge global wealth disparity between males and male people and female people. Women
Do you think the prevalence of men transitioning to women